Alright, 2020 Silverado custom work truck. I'm going to try to, the idea is to get these lights into that grill underneath the Chevy. And, yeah, so anyway, like I said, custom work truck, nothing fancy, so I should have some extra spots here in the fuse box, and I think that's the plan, is to find an open fuse, so let's give that a try. Alright, so there's a few different ways of doing this. My plan is to check these open fuses and see if I could find one that would light up, but none of the, I don't know what I'm doing or whatever, but the only ones that light up are we got the high beams on 10 and regular lights on 20 amps, and then this one 15 actually is for a fog lamp that I don't have an option on this truck, and I was kind of hoping I could pop that out and I would light it up and just have some power and run that one, but anyway, I guess since I don't have the option, that's the reason it's not getting any power to it. And I've tried starting it up and letting it run and turning the lights on and stuff like that. But oddly enough, with the headlamps on, with the lights on, I don't get any power here to my voltage tester or whatever you want to call it. So that's interesting. But anyway, lights are on, so I'm doing something wrong. There's a few different ways of doing it. You could do the way I'm doing it, which maybe is the right or wrong way. You can go into the firewall with that rubber piece right there, and then that will, if you want to cut into that, that will end up at the glove box. And then you can run a switch inside if you want to do that. And there's also an adapter that you can take off the headlight. Plugs into the headlight, and for aftermarket headlights. So since my wiring harness isn't set up for fog lamps, there's a piece that you can get online for like $125 and then hook up aftermarket fog lamps. Now, I'm not spending $125 on an extra wire, and I'm definitely not going to splice into my wiring harness. So the plan is to use this little piece here. I guess it's a jumper. I don't know what that's called. So it's just like a splitter, like an extension cord splitter, I guess, and I can just power into that. That's the plan, at least. And I guess I'm going to go on to my headlamp fuse. So anyway, let's try that. All right, so just for proof of concept, I got the I got it wired up. It's kind of dirty right now. I'm gonna clean it up a little bit. It should come on when the ignition starts up. All right, so the idea was to jump it off the headlight fuse, but for whatever reason I'm not getting any power to any four of these, but my headlights are working, so I don't know what's up with that. Up here in the front was a 10 amp that I jumped into right there, and that was identified as ignition miscellaneous, so whatever, it comes on whenever I start the truck up and the lights are lit up, so we'll go from there. Alright, so to remove the grill, we got the lever to pop the hood release latch, and there's a T15 Torx bit, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 retaining pins that, you know, I use with a flathead. Get a flathead real quick, sorry. And then, if anybody's ever pulled these out before, they're been around. Chevy's had them for years, but pull the little top part up, pull it up a little bit all the way to go, and then we don't want to do that. And then after that, the rest of it will come out just like that. Okay, so there are actually 9 of these little retaining clips. There are actually 9 of these, and anyway, should be hard to find. They're real easy to see, and I got the handle all the way, and it just comes right out, just like that. Let's set this on the table. And then, so now we got 1, 2, 3, 4 10 millimeter, and then it should just pull out. Now this isn't me saying, this is another guy seen on the internet, and we'll see if that's correct or not. There's supposed to be clips here and here, here and here. We'll give it a try. Let's get these bolts out. Okay, so I got it started, and it's a little scary pulling this thing out and making all these noises with a brand new truck, but it does pop off. Let's see. I start a little, there we go. just like that. Man, okay, doesn't look like anything broke yet. And then you can kind of put your hand up under there, just like that. And then it all comes apart. Ooh, all right. Put this on the table. We're going to flip this around here in a second and then try to figure out how to remove the Chevy and if we actually need to remove it. Alright, to show you the inside of the grill, I think I'm zoomed in a little bit. There we go. So there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 actual clips that clip onto that grill, the front of the truck. And so just to give you an idea of what it looks like inside of here, I'm not going to have to remove the bezel or the Chevrolet emblem. I'm just going to put my tape right along this seam right here with the lights all the way. It seems like the only flat surface back there. And it'll be underneath, so the light's looking up. And I think that's going to have not have to worry about gravity holding itself up. It'll just have to keep itself on there. And I went on there with some alcohol to clean that. And I'm going to let that dry. Alright, so got the lights hooked up. They stuck on this 3M tape. I don't imagine it's going anywhere. Like I said, with the alcohol, I cleaned it with alcohol. I think it's alright. And then I got this real thin plastic from Home Depot. It's for, I think it said attic. Like an attic, for a faucet for an attic. I'll just cut it down to size. And I was a little worried about not getting enough air through the grill for the radiator, but considering that the LT has one big solid strip across the front of it just like this is, I don't think it's really going to hurt anything. Big enough opening area. So anyway, we'll get it all tied up. I'm going to zip tie it on here real quick, so we'll be right back. Alright, so I got this on, just zip tied it on, and the whole reason I did this was I didn't want to have the lights reflecting off the radiator and then just lighten up the entire grill. I really just wanted the Chevrolet lit up. Now I was in my head, I was thinking about, should I get some kind of reflective material back here, or a white, or, you know, saying something shiny just so it would light it up much better. But I didn't want to be able to see the chrome through the Chevrolet or whatever light colored I would go with to see during the daytime, to see that backing back there. So that's why I went with a darker color. So we'll see it tonight when it's lit up and how well it turns out. Alright, got it back on. It just snaps back on. I got these zip ties, you can see, and that kind of sucks, but at least it's black and it's not that easy to notice. And anyway, and then put your 4 bolts back in. Okay, it's wired up. I'll just come up from under here. There's a little gap, so it'll run up to that, onto this side. Tape up job. Ground wire on the bolt, and just with a jump on the with a butt connector that's not sealed. So of course this is horrible, and I know that it will, it's probably gonna void the hell out of my warranty if I'm caught doing this. So the next oil change, I'll take this off and unhook this and hide the wire. So, but either way, it's on and it works. And there we go. There we go. All right. So anyway. So there it goes. That's how it comes out under there, just like that. And I'll get all this put back on, and then that's what it's going to look like, just goobered up. And I will take a picture of it here in a second, show how it looks. Alright, got it all together. Can't really see it's daylight now. We'll get some shots later on this evening. And gonna let it go a little bit, make sure nothing catches fire. And we'll get some shots from the night. Okay, so the sun's almost down, and we get the lights on. I think it turned out pretty good. It's pretty bright in my opinion. Really, it's not even dark yet, and that shit's bright. And the backlight, I didn't want the light coming off the radiator. There's still some coming through that piece of plastic, and I mean, I'm not gonna sit there and hot glue that or silicone and all that, but I think it's looks pretty good, you know. I don't know about screwing around and doing something stupid so you cause attention to yourself, but I think it looks real good.